Just days before the Miami Dolphins kick off their 2024 NFL season, the energy around the team is palpable. Duval County's Jacksonville Jaguars are heading down I-95, and South Florida is buzzing with anticipation. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jaelan Phillips. The linebacker, whose Achilles injury last season left a gaping hole in the Dolphins' defense, is now seemingly on the verge of making a return. The question everyone is asking, is he really ready? Phillips didn't mince words when talking about his recovery. "I've felt great. It's been amazing," he said, beaming with the kind of confidence that only comes from a long, arduous road to recovery. But he's not just talking, he's putting in the work. "I've been eager to get back into just getting used to my hands, getting used to my eyes, and really used to the defense. It's one thing to go through walkthroughs with your coach during the off-season, but it's a completely different beast when you're actually on the field, live and under pressure." Phillips gets that, and he's ready to show that he's more than just talk. Yet, as optimistic as Phillips sounds, there's a lingering caution: are the Dolphins going to put him on a snap count? Limit his playtime just to be safe? Phillips, always the team player, shrugged it off with a nonchalant, "You'd have to ask someone else for a clear answer, but let's be honest, he doesn't want to be benched, especially not when the game's on the line." I wouldn't say that feeling is misguided. That's definitely how I feel, but hopefully, it doesn't come down to that. Hopefully, we go out there and handle our business. You can almost feel the tension in his voice. He's ready to push his limits, but understands that the season is long, and one wrong move could undo all the progress he's made. This whole situation is complicated further by the fact that Phillips only just got off the physically unable to perform list. He was activated midway through the summer, but the real question is, has he reached full speed yet? I'm rolling, he said, trying to dismiss any doubts about his condition. But how much of that is confidence, and how much is it masking any lingering concerns? When asked if there was a moment in the last 2 weeks that made him realize he was back to full strength, Phillips reflected, "It's really been kind of like a steady, the last about a month and a half. Every time I would start to add load and do new things, I would just kind of surprise myself with how my Achilles didn't get sore at all and it didn't really react at all." Sounds promising, but it's still a gamble. Of course, Phillips isn't the only storyline to follow this season. There's a new face on the Dolphins' defense, Calais Campbell, the seasoned veteran who's been around the block more times than most. At 37, Campbell is a living legend, and Phillips isn't shy about acknowledging the impact Campbell's had already. "It's been really invaluable having him here just from a leadership standpoint," Phillips admitted, clearly in awe of the guy. "He's been to the Super Bowl, so him being able to just give us advice and kind of guide us on what we need and what we need to be focusing on to reach the end goal." You can almost see the wheels turning in Phillips' head as he soaks up every bit of wisdom Campbell has to offer. But Campbell isn't just a mentor, he's setting the standard. "No, because he doesn't even seem like an old man," Phillips said with a laugh when asked if Campbell's work ethic put younger players to shame. "He works his ass off, and he moves really well for how old he is. There's respect there, and it's mutual. Campbell might be at the tail end of his career, but his influence is rippling through the locker room, making everyone better, sharper, more focused." As for Phillips' personal goals for the season, he's keeping it simple. He just wants to be disruptive. "I never really have sack goals when it comes to that. I just want to be disruptive and be productive.